so. Now, if this was Vermitrax, I got very used to their drafting style, but I'm not entirely too sure what we're going to see out of these teams. Pestrunishka with the first pick. First ban, we have been seeing a lot of Vikings. No Vikings have been played today. The other big bans are Brightwing, Illidan, Sylvanas. There's the Illidan. Will be one of those other two here for Puszek, or will be a first pick Vikings for Pestrunishka? That is the big question of the night. What will it be? Other big bans that we've seen today, Brightwing. And we have seen a few Kael'thas bans, and it looks like it will continue on for that. No Kael'thas here from Puszek. Pestrunishka, not entirely too sure what their style will encompass. As I said, I got very used to Vermitrax, so it's anybody's game. There's no Illidan available, no Kael'thas. Sylvanas has been a very big first pick. Sylvanas, Brightwing, Jaina, now that there's no Kael'thas. Tyrael, apparently. Pestrunishka valuing Tyrael as a first pick. That is interesting. We've seen a lot of Nubarak and Tyrael themselves, a lot of Muradin tonight there as well. A few pepperings of the Abathur, some Tyrandas out there. Have we seen at all a Tassadar? I don't think we have. It's been a very small constrained pool here for the EU side of things. First picks, come on, Puszek, show us what you want to do, baby. Cursed Hollow. Vikings are on the table, but I'm not entirely too sure they're going to get picked. There's the Brightwing. We've been seeing a lot of her as a first pick potential today. Will this go into a Jaina, a Vala, a Sylvanas? None of that. Are they going to take the Nubarak to stop the Dream Team for Pestrunishka? There's a lot of options here. One day. All right, I'm going to start eating into the pool of time. I'm really hoping that the draft didn't break. It's going to be one of these. All right, it will be a Jaina. So they've discussed, and they will go with the Jaina. Pestrunishka right here has a big chance of taking out a Sylvanas, taking out a Vala. They could go for their dream team with the Nubarak. Their support option is likely not to be this round. They see that the enemy has a Brightwing, and unless they want to go for a double, there's no support bans here. So like Pestrunishka has basically their pick of whoever else they want for support. So I wouldn't expect to see that prioritized here. There's the Muradin. So it's not going to be a Nubarak combo. It will be a Tyrael Muradin. So Vala or Sylvanas, really I would expect to see here. All right, there's the Sylvanas. If they didn't go that, they might find themselves short on damage with this pick round here from Puszek. So it's actually really good that they picked that up as they did. So this is almost guaranteed to be a Nubarak, I want to say, from Puszek, now with the double warrior out. But a Nubarak and Vala, a Nubarak and Zagara. Could we see a Zeratul? We have actually seen him peppered around the place. There's no Illidan. Could we go Uther Zeratul? Go for the double support. Could we go Flex Zeratul? Tyrande could be a big pick here. But I still fully expect somehow by the end of this, Puszek will end up with an Nubarak. It's just curious what the other two slots will be. Vala Tyrande. Okay, there's the Tyrande. I was going to say Vala Tyrande or Tassadar Vala. I still really want to see a Vala. Are they just going to leave a Nubarak for the last round? Or are they going to take it now and just kind of take the slim pickings of the last DPS in their next pick turn? Ten seconds. Okay, so it is going to be a Zeratul, Tyrande, Brightwing. The last slot is going to be in a Nubarak. So the VPs, Puszek had some fantastic VPs last round. So Zeratul was being played by Aloy. That's the word coming to my mind for some reason. We'll get into it and we'll figure out exactly who will be in what slot. No lobby as of yet. All right. Pestrunishka, this is where they need to put up a healer. We've been seeing a lot of Uther, but every time I say Malfurion, they go Uther, and every time I say Uther, they go Malfurion. I just don't gel with Europe, it seems that much. So last pick up here, Vala's on the table. Zagara into the back. I highly doubt it'll be a flex. It is Cursed Hollow. Not a lot of offensive flexes here left, so I want to see a ranged DPS, otherwise they're going to fall into a 3 melee trap, and if they cluster, that's going to just be great for Zeratul. Could they actually snipe out the Anubarak here? Go triple tank? Everyone can be a pseudo tank? That would force us, I think, into a Chen or a Stitches. No, or ETC. It'd be one of it's got to be one of those. Apparently, pool time has decided to just stop moving. That's a bug if I've ever seen one. Either way, we are going to get a pick here. It will be a Zagara. First, is that our first Zagara that we've seen today? I think it actually is. My goodness. I was almost afraid that she wasn't going to do anything for us today. But there's the Anubarak from Puszek. So, Zagara for the Maw to hopefully counter out the Zeratul VP. Both teams do have ways to remove opponents from the field, at least temporarily. It's only Anubarak Zeratul for the melee. Zagara is not exactly mobile. So if she's going to be trying to go for the Maw into the back line, it's really only Jaina that's the big threat there. So maybe Zagara is going to be trying to concentrate on Zeratul and Anubarak, but even then, it's going to be a hard wombo to do. She also does have, of course, really good lane presence, so she might be able to solo out a lane. They might put her with Sylvanas to try to push out a lane as fast as they can. Goter and crew is Puszek, which is blue. Great. Same names are good. So what do we expect to see? Maw, Tranquility, Wailing Arrow, Avatar Judgment, Puszek team. Puszek might actually go... They went Locust Swarm last round. They might actually go Web Blast here. If they Web Blast the Malfurion or they Web Blast the Zagara, it's a lot of... That's a big chunk missing on both of them. I'm on the fence. Like, Puszek team did a good showing there with Locust, but it very well could be a Web Blast. VP, Starfall, Water Elemental, and Blink Heal. I would fully expect to see a Blink Heal here. Yeah. Tyrande does actually have the luxury of going a little bit more damage-oriented in terms of Lunar Blaze and Shooting Star. At level 13, she can get Shrink Ray if she really needs to. Shrink Ray would be good for a diving Tyrael, diving Mirrodin, just kind of keeps him in place. Let Jaina kind of work away at him, let Zeratul work away at him. That's the glide. And we're almost ready to go. Lobby has now been set up, and we're just going to be waiting for the last few seconds here for everyone to lock in. Game number 1 of our finals, a best of 3. Going to be coming at you live here with Gosu Gamers, with the Alienware Enter the Storm Qualifier Cup number 12, hosted by me, Forecourt Jester. Thank you so much for everyone that has stuck around this morning, this afternoon, this evening, wherever you are, wherever you are. It's always happy, good, fun times to have a little bit of an audience base for Heroes of the Storm. Happy early release, ladies and gentlemen. I don't think we're going to be seeing many of you EU faces until after release, but June 2nd is coming up. I hope anybody going out to the London event party makes it there safe and sound and have themselves a wonderful time. But June 2, it's coming up. It's on Tuesday. Big patch, big release, Johanna hype. At least the data mining says Johanna hype. I fully suspect that will be the case. And yeah, just it's going to be a good week for Heroes. All the best in solo queue. Quick match is going to be an interesting experiment for the next week. But anybody that has climbed at least decently in Hero League will be safe for a while yet. They'll be safe for a while yet, since there will be no Hero League reset. But we have a wait call here, so we likely have another 1 or 2 minutes. Apparently WCA is today? Is today June 1st? No. No, WCA should be tomorrow, Kucher. I don't know what you're talking about there in chat. Don't, of course, mislead the viewers. That would be bad. That would be bad. So, there's a question about Zagara. How does Zagara not get erased by this comp? Well, she very well could. It's going to come down to team synergy. It's going to come down to positioning. It's going to come down to Maz as well. They might just be trying to leverage a fast game here from Pestrunishka. They got the pushing power of Sylvanas and Zagara, and they got the diving power of Tyrio and Mirrodin. So they might just try to use the body blocking wall to, put up enough pressure to get an early curse, and then from there just push in with their specialist. It's very possible that she just does get erased past 10, but it's I've called it before. This will be a make or break kind of hero selection, and it's kind of applicable here. Either the Zagara is going to do amazing, or the Zagara is just going to get erased, as it is a little predicted here in chat. But there's the countdown as we're going to get into it. We will see how these teams fare against each other. Both of them undefeated here in their best of ones. This is the big chance to get into the qualifiers for the playoffs next weekend, June 5th to 7th, for the Lions' share of $5,000. It's a good stuff, man. It's good stuff. So here we go. Cursed Hollow, game 1. Get hype. Put down your bets, ladies and gentlemen. Give me your ideas, and we will see who will take this game. One of these days it'll load. There we go. Because these guys have been playing all day. How is this not a preloaded map by now? We are here and we are ready to go. It is on the left-hand side, Puszek team, the team that we just saw win up against Vermitrax, stopping them in their tracks. Zuff, Goter, Uberim, Shadow Bro, and Chubek. On the flip side, though, the Ukrainians, which I'm still not entirely too sure that's the word, Ziglite, GG1P, or G-Whip, G-Wump, I'm going to call him G-Whip, Aranide, Sir Ice Cream, which is the best name ever. He's playing Mirrodin without Candy Mirrodin. Ah, so annoying. And Scalpe. Scalpe? Pretty sure it's Scalpe. They are 5-manning bottom. Look at this. Oh, that owl. Did that owl see them? How many people did it see? It might have only seen one. Yep, and there goes the... Yeah, so the Chubek knows what's up. They know that there's somebody here. We do got scouting drone out from the Malfurion. And it is going to be actually the laning together of Sylvanas and Zagara. So they are going to be really trying to push down this lane. Now, they only got a Jaina so far showing. Uberim's back there. Of course, Tyrande did throw out her lunar flare a little bit earlier. Wet noodle fight in the mid. Not exactly a wet noodle fight, but Zuff, we've shown that Zuff can actually do what he needs to do in that top lane. So I fully expect everything to be in the party lane down here. We're still waiting to find Uberim. Now, he is stealth, but if they saw him move into that bush, they know he's still there because the shimmer is going to be still there. There goes that drone, and it's going to be out. Good roots on top of Shadow Bro. He's going to get low. Uberim into the back will hit a big damage on top of G-Whip, but Scalpe is able to actually just chase off Shadow Bro there as well. So it's not going to be too much of a roaming Zeratul. I think he is basically just forced into here. He runs right face first into a Moonfire, and there goes another scouting drone. He actually will be forced out of this bottom lane. There's no way he can gank this safely, and with those two range, throw a Hydralisk on him as well. Like, but where else are you going to go? Uberim is basically a DPS with nowhere to go right now. He might come top, but Zuff does not need that help. Look at that. Zuff is just looking pretty. So it's just going to be get as much damage as you can on top of Scalpe. Don't get rooted for it, though, Uber. and he will have to hit that sippy cup. Yeah, he even gets hit by the W at the end of it there. So with that shadow dagger. But this early game is just not really going to go anywhere from Puszek. They will try, but I don't see the Zeratul getting any kill anytime soon. I say that, but oh wow, he even blinked in for that. Oh, if there was a counter roots ready to go on top of Uberim, and Uberim did actually avoid them, he would have been a dead little Zeratul. Now, also, we have to deal with the Lunar Flares and the Zeratul Cleaves for those creep tumors. So Zagara's life hasn't exactly been super easy, but they have lived, and they have started pushing in a little bit. You can see the ammo almost drained entirely into this bottom lane, and it's going to be a bottom lane tribute. First one is up right about now. Aeronik into this top just is not having anything good to say up against this Brightwing. Uberim thought maybe he could stop out Sir Ice Cream, but it will be the scouting drone to find the team as they go here looking for this tribute. It's going to be a nice collab. Uberim, redeem yourself. Scalpe will get over the wall with that Banshee. Sir Ice Cream now has to Dwarf launch to safety. And it's not going to be a kill, but it will be the first tribute because Zuff has come down as well from the top lanes. First tribute will go to Puszek, so they get the tribute, but they're going to fall behind in experience a little bit. There's no way they can redeem any of the creep wave up top because there's just nobody there. Do we actually have the bribe? I think we did. No, it's Arcane Precision once more. Zuff really enjoys that split pushing. Brightwing. Speaking of, where is she? There she is. Zuff is now going to be right back here. He's going to get some damage here on top of Aeronik. It's not going to force out the Q yet. He should get the safety-ish. Yeah, he will get the safety. It's going to be close. Oh, the shot! Aeronik saw it coming. That's, you know, if this had procced, if the Arcane Precision had landed on top of Aeronik, he might have actually been dead right there. Sir Ice Cream here in the mid. Not really a lot is going to get done with him. And it's just back into this bottom push lane. That seems to be the big strength here of Pestrunishka. And 2 tributes into the bottom for them as well. Fantastic positioning, although they didn't get the first one. Now, we do got some bruisers pushing out mid. Uberim is sitting there. But Uberim with those bruises, he's just basically soaking at this point. Go Terror is actually going to go right into those roots. Scalpe goes going to town with him on those Withering Fires. And that should be the tribute. Yeah, G-Whip in the back is just far back enough that they're able to get that first tribute. Now, Zuff didn't come down this time. He's been top. He's poking down both towers, no ammo. Here comes Aeronik, but it's going to be a heck of a fight there. Good roots, but not good enough. Chubek will actually get out of this one, but there goes the towers. They're about to both drop, and the Stone Bro is actually not attacking that tower. The tower lived. Come on, Whip. There we go. Roaches will take care of it. Now, what happened to the Bruisers mid? Well, they're still pushing in a little bit. No ammo on these towers either. Sir Ice Cream and Scalpe are there, trying to use that Sylvanas passive to mitigate as much damage as they can. Gotair thinking about trying to finish this off. He was on his mount. He was a little concerned about getting ganked, but now with Uberim here, they're okay, and they will get that tower. Experienced lead has flipped back over to Puszek because of the amount of siege damage that they've been able to do. We throw down that ward. We do got some rotations out from bottom. Zagara, now that the crew is basically cleaned up bottom, there's no reason for a 3-man stack down there. And they are rotating quite a bit. We've still got Aeronik basically sorting out top. Zuff, once again, with the split push potential, they're just doing good things. Oh, Zagara is going to disconnect. We do got Bruisers here now to be pushing down mid, which is good timing because we have a tribute top. And with that tribute top, you're going to have to make a choice. Do you defend bottom? Do you defend mid? Or do you go all in for the tributes? We don't actually have any Merc pressure down here anymore, but with no towers, and actually there's nothing else to push this bottom lane. I have no idea what I'm talking about. This is just going to be a little bit of a death match. Mid has Sir Ice Cream there. He might actually show up late to this because of that. We got Scalpe now on his way. Zagara is coming up. Zagara bot is coming up, that is. Uberim, that's actually a really cool pose. Wing. This should be like the reading rainbow. The more you know. Zeratul style. I gotta say, Zuff in both games that we've seen him in has been absolutely a terror on the split push. It's done really good work in terms of showing up when he needs to and pushing when he's not needed. A lot of good team communication from the Puszek team. So I guess we'll take this time to talk about talents. Regen Master with the double beetles. We have now been seeing a lot of triple beetles. We've now seen Regen Master and double beetles. Both have been very plentifully used. Gone are the days of the range extenders, I suppose, but the beetles are just too good to give up right now. Arcane Precision for the split push into the shield. We do have the double protective shield. We've been seeing that all day. And now the Gust of Healing as well. No judgments against any Tyrael today. I guess Judgment is just not worthy enough to warrant a cleanse. Gust of Healing is just too good when it comes to a Brightwing. First Aid, Gathering Power, Rapid Displacement, so pretty much a Mage Zeratul build. And Lingering Chill, Snowstorm, Frostbitten. We've been seeing that pretty much standard across the board for a lot of Janas today. Now, we do got the Lunar Blaze, so it's almost guaranteed to be a shooting star here at level 16. And the Ranger's Mark for that extra glorious damage increase. So we'll see where that goes. Still no reconnect yet. Hope everything is okay with G-Whip. So, Reconstitution is the bonus health on creep for Zagara and her minions. We got Envenomed Spines for the range increase and damage over time, and Rapid Incubation for the lane presence. We have actually been seeing, at least on the NA side of things, a lot of experimentation with Zagara, where at level 7, she'll take the range extender and duration extender on creep tumors. On big maps, even on small maps, on maps where you need vision, and a lot of it, you just spread creep all day, and it's glorious. It's so we have been seeing a lot of that. Haven't seen Rapid Incubation in a while, but we haven't really seen a lot of Zagara today, as it is either. Purge Evil, Amplified Healing, Battle Momentum. I'm a little curious that we actually needed the Amplified Healing, and we didn't take the second Smite, but I guess Tyrael says that he needs that kind of health. Reverberation, Thunderburn, and now Battle Momentum. It's going to be all about the Thunderclapping today for our Dwarf. Level 13 is, we've seen Healing Static, and we've seen Thunder Strike as well. Not entirely too sure which way he'll go this round. With the Wind, Envenom, Remorseless, so Q attack, Q attack, Q attack. Does stack up over time very nicely there for Sylvanas. And Scouting Drone, Protective Shield, and Enduring Growth. So Enduring Growth for the increase. Goes very well with the level 13 where you get a free Enduring Growth on teammates, but typically we have been seeing our Malfurions with Ice Block. We don't really play a lot of Malfurion in North America, but when we do, it's almost never with Ice Block. It's almost always with the free Enduring Growth. So I'm not entirely too sure what's up with G-Whip, but he's taking his time. I guess the disconnect is real at this point. Now, we do got 10 minutes of pause available to the team. If you can't come back after that, we do have to resume, and it will be a Zagara bot, and that is very likely to be hurting the chances of Pestrunishka and getting into these finals. It is level 9 to level 9, but it's so very close to 10 here for Puszek. Their early game has been pretty decent, especially with Zuff up into the top lane. And they have weathered a lot of the storm. There's been no kills as of yet. We're 6 minutes in, and they're still looking for kills. But I don't really think that Pestrunishka can actually, especially with a bot, contest this next tribute, because this next tribute is basically right on the money of level 10 to be achieved for Puszek. So it's very likely we're just going to resume, and Puszek is just going to grab it very quickly. Past that, there's nothing really else to talk about in this game. We went over the talents. The early game has been good. What's the status on the disconnect? Hopefully somebody's keeping a time here. Apparently he is reconnecting. Reconnect feature, please. So hopefully we will get this game rolling in just a few minutes. So sorry about this, ladies and gentlemen. It's out of my hands. It's all about the players. Have a nice view of Goter. Yeah. Look at that model detail. Apparently, you can't tilt the camera anymore. You used to be able to like tilt it on its axis so I could see in front of him, but I guess I can't do that anymore. Either way, those wings are just a blur. Jaina, not entirely too sure what she's looking at, but maybe she's just recoiling in horror at what this Anubarak is doing. Maybe the Anubarak is doing something he shouldn't be. Sir Ice Cream is bounding forward for ice cream. Sylvanas just looks cool. I'm sorry. That just looks pretty badass. Like the Nexus mount, her. She has the regrowth on her. I think she has the regrowth on her. She doesn't have a regrowth on her. What's the green from? That's totally a regrowth. Maybe the regrowth just ended or something. Zagara just has a big butt. That's all I gotta say about that. Big bug butt. Uberim, as I said, reading rainbow kind of pose. Brightwing, not interested in the reading rainbow at all. Friends who die don't need to read. Who are we missing? Tyrande. That's a pretty good pose from Tyrande. It's like she's pointing, I get to see her in this pose at a baseball stadium. She's just pointing, calling for a home run, and then she uses the bow to just knock it out of the park. Bam. So she reminds me of a baseball player, I guess, right now. That's what I'm saying. And Tyrael. Those wings on Tyrael do look a little strange, don't they? I think it's angelic Tyrael, I think is the skin. Yeah, it's angelic Tyrael. It's almost like steampunk angelic Tyrael. A little bit, maybe. I'm kind of running out of filler for you guys. Oh, we didn't go to Ziglite. There we go. There's Ziglite. Herding his children to doom. We got 3 minutes left on this pause for GWhip to come back into this one. Yep. Should take a screenshot of this and just have someone like title it. Name, give a caption to this scene. Oh God, it's a new Varek. Okay, good. I can bring back the UI. I wasn't entirely too sure that would actually take care of the UI, but then I wasn't sure it was going to bring it back either. It's not the Blizzard decision. It's the admin decision. Oh, right. Foos is in here. I totally forgot I have another co-caster in my observer slots. Does nobody read the rules anymore? Yeah, a very important rule like the pause time limit seems like something teams should actually read up. Hopefully the admin will be in touch with them. Couch is a pretty good admin. Ukraine DDoS as always. That's unfortunate. No good things for Ukraine. This is why you can't have good things, guys. So Zagara bot or forfeit. It's gonna be one of the two. Zagara bot or forfeit. Oh, and pause, unpause. Somebody will actually do it. How did these guys get through the entire tournament? Oh, that might sound bad, but Kucha, go talk to them. There's nothing left to say, really. It's just like they're going to unpause and they're going to play with Zagarabot, and that's really just how this is going to go down. We have no choice, unfortunately, and I don't have a co-caster to talk to. You guys are 2 minutes delayed, so I can't talk to you either. Pauses are no fun for anyone. I don't think the game can actually unpause itself. I think it actually has to be a manual unpause. I mean, all they have to do is just keep pausing and resuming until there's no pauses left. 0 remaining. You're gonna be screwed in a moment here, mate. We have a last. What does that mean? I don't actually know what that means. What sportsmanship? Puszek team giving them 5 more minutes. I'm gonna give him a clap right here. Like, that's just really, really good of them. They have absolutely no need to do that, but they're doing it to be good sports. But or maybe not. Maybe they're saying you had 5 minutes, now let's play. Maybe I have to take it all back. I don't know. And go reroll. What does that mean? So, chat, let's have a 2-minute delayed conversation. It'll be like email chess. You say one thing, I'll say another, and over the course of many, many minutes and much silence, we will have an actual conversation. The chat has turned. All of a sudden, Pestrunishka is painted in a bad light. What darkness lurks in the hearts of men? The shadow knows. Should probably not do that voice. My voice is cracking as is. Can anybody do the Batman voice? Should do it in the Batman voice. Imagine casting in the Batman voice. Oh, that'd be weird. No. Let's see if I can remember this. Can I do a Kirby dance? Yes. There we go. That's my Kirby dance. Me crying. And we're going. Zagara bot is probably going to get tethered to somebody. Looks like Zagara bot's going to get tethered to Scalpe. Yeah. That just looks weird. This is either going to be a very quick match or Zagara bot is going to do the most amazing mods that you've ever seen. Scalpe and Zagara are just, once again, going to abandon that tribute. As I said, it was going to be a very quick pickup there for Puszek. And yeah, so it's just about right now trying to get as much split push pressure as they can. Level 10s for both sides. Locust Swarm once more. So it is going to be the Puszek Locust Swarm, no web wrap today. Emerald Wind, Void Prison, the Water Elemental, and Starfall as expected. On the flip though, Zagara bot hasn't picked an ultimate. I don't actually know what bots take for ultimates, to be honest. I want to say it's going to be a Maw, but I don't know what the criteria is to make her pick something. Judgment, Avatar, Wailing Arrow, and Tranquility are your remainders as expected. Again, Zuff still pushing up against Aaronic. This is definitely not Tyrael's lane. And Uberim is basically just going to be here. Nidus Network! Would you believe? Nidus Network. My goodness. Uberim, as I said, he's in that position. We played a little bit of interference here from GoTerra and crew, and that's going to be a very quick... Now he restores the connection. My goodness. It's going to be a very quick curse. Good fight here with that VP. The Starfall getting much damage, and the Emerald Wind at the end of it are able to pick up the Dwarf. Aaronic is going to be left over here with Ziglite. The Tranquility is popped, but I don't think it's going to be enough to keep this Angel from going right back down and falling from grace. And that is going to be a 4-man cleanup, 4-0, and a curse. Might as well just go for the boss at this point as well. But Zuff is going to come right back to this top lane and just finish what he started oh so long ago. Can you wait a few more minutes? Amazing. Malfurion's going to just get ganked. I have no idea what he was doing that far up, but that's 2 forts during this curse. If you can get the third, that is the dream. And 13 to 11, you got a big advantage going into this next fight for Puszek. So, what do they got for 13? Burning Rage, double sprint, wormhole, and ice block. 2 seconds left on the curse, but it will not matter for this fort. 3-fort curse turn-in. Already, I think like this game just needs to be thrown out pretty much. We have Nidus Network on Zagara. Even if he comes back, it's going to be a Nidus Network Zagara. Is there enough that he can do with a Nidus Network that it's worth salvaging this game? All right. Well, this is me catching up on your chat now. This is where we need like a Hearthstone Peacekeeper, like one of the Paladin cards. Follow the rules! And you just slap the team with following the rules. If only real life worked like that. Where is she, Jester? It's Steel Dawn, so it's probably talking about Sergeant Hammer, aren't you? That is who she is, isn't she? Zagara's reconnected! Miracles do happen. Rex Vayu, Jester, we love you. I love you too, buddy. Thanks for sticking with me in this time of pause. Jester may not be the caster we deserve, but boy, is he the caster we need. Well, I'm happy you think so, Caster. Zagara Ma on co-op. Oh, that's why they went Ma. Do they never get... No, wait, they Ma on co-op? Why did she get Nidus Network then? Stupid bots. Ugh. All right, Whip is back. Hello, Zagara. Are we going to publicly nerd rage a little bit about the Nidus Network? I'm curious to see. 14 to 11, though. The game has progressed to the 9 minutes. I think we've had a combined 15 minutes of pause. Hallelujah. Yeah, the pause might actually end up being longer than the game, as some of you are saying there in the chat. It's kind of funny in a bad way, not funny in a good way. So yeah, 3 forts on the curse. The big golem is now going to be marching down this bottom lane, which was cleared up by the curse. And look at this already, like big damage on this gate. It's going to be Gotair is likely just to walk up to it, use impaling, and get the kill. Will he do that? He's going to tank out the entire... Wow, he totally missed the tower. He just tanked out all those banelings. I guess he really wanted to keep this creep wave up as best he can. But here comes the boss, and the boss is just going to start working its way through that. Now, we do got Zuff saying, hey, they're coming in from behind. Jaina is right there as well. It's going to be a big jump right there on top of Sir Ice Cream. Nice silence arrow into the back, but Sir Ice Cream is going to be the one to jump. The Nidus goes down. That is not Ma. That is a Nidus. Oh my goodness, that is too funny. And both warriors are basically going to get punished for jumping into that. The rest of the team is just going to melt on the back of this. Again, there's 3 levels between them. 16 hype is now here. Uberine looking for Ziglite, but not quite going to be able to grab it. Still, though, the boss did some amazing work. We baited out those warriors into those jumps. They died way too far away from their Tranquility, which did pop. It just didn't hit the material or that Mirrodin. And this actually might be the end of the game right here. There's 3 defenders up. We still got this boss pushing. Permanent damage goes in. Down goes the Mirrodin. He jumps in, gets CC'd to death, and is going to go once more and sleep with the fishes. 66% for the core, level 16 in 11 minutes. That is still not a Ma, Zagara. It's still not a Ma. The 16s are blood for blood. Snow Crash. You don't see that one every day. True Shot Aura, Double Bombs, and Critterize. The 13s for the flip, however, are Life Seed, so it is actually going to be the free regrowth to combo with the Enduring Growth. We see that a lot on NA. Thunderstrike again for the dueling, Imposing Will, and Mutalisk. So Mutalisk likely go into Brood Expanse. I don't actually remember the name of it, but the double charge. And it does look like Pestrunishka is going to be trying their best to take this boss as quick as they can, and they're going to have to do it as quick as they can, because here comes the Owl, here comes the Brigade. If not ETC, if the Nubarak can get into here, the body blocks was attempted there with that with that Nidus Network. VP goes down, and Gotair and crew will actually steal out this boss. I don't know where the dwarf was jumping, but he and Tyrael are once more going to be taking a dirt nap, and now Ziglite is going to get body blocked to death, healing nobody for his troubles. Do we got a stun here for Gwip or Scalpe? This is not going to be something that is going to be lasting too much longer at any rate. Scalpe will survive just barely, and Gwip into the back of that as well for the retreat. Big boss coming down the top lane. It is going to be starting to wreak havoc on these keeps. In fact, before this keep even gets to the boss is just going to start working on that core, and this could be the game over scenario that we're looking for. Levels 18 to 14, that's a 4-level difference. Scalpe almost immediately just gets bursted right down, and we're going right back here to the core for that 66%. It is not the most powerful of bosses, but it has a full team of Puszek right behind it, looking for the win as quick as they can. If it's a sub 15-minute game, it will actually be more pause than game, but it doesn't look like we're actually going to be trying to YOLO it. We do got that Emerald Wind going out 30% and counting. We got catapults on the other side of it. 3 catapults to be exact, 17-15. Why is Puszek retreating at this point? Did they think the catapults can finish it off? No, it's not going to be enough, but 9%. Ubering gets 4% with that, and that is going to be good game. Finally, ladies and gentlemen, good game, Nidus Network. And we're going to go straight to game number 2 here. Poor G-Whip. He's got to feel really bad about that, but we had more pause than we did gameplay here for game number 1 of her best of 3. And I guess we're just gonna, there's nothing left to say about it. I mean, it was basically, as soon as the Nidus Network was chosen, it was a stomp done game anyways. So let's take a quick break. I'm gonna rest the voice, and when we come back, we'll have draft of game number 2 or a forfeit, one of the two. So we'll see you in a few.